Yes, I'm outside. Yes, I'm wearing fake glasses. And yes, this is another serious reaction. Today, we're going to listen to Jake Paul, Dana White diss track. Today, we're going to listen to Jake Paul, Dana White diss track. I mean, let's be honest. The man is an algorithm god, right? That's his specialty, is being able to tap into the algorithm. And by using the words Dana White diss track as the name of the song, he's already set himself up for a lot of Google searches. YouTube, my fault, same thing. To me, I'm old, boomer, it's the same thing. I know they're not the same thing. Don't tell me that it's not. Anyways, like the video if you're new. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. Leave a comment down below because God knows that helps everything and the algorithm loves it. Plus, if you talk to me, I feel important. I want to feel important. Anyways, you can catch me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays live on twitch.tv/justthatserious, where sometimes I talk about sports, sometimes I talk about music, but I'm always getting my butt whipped in video games. I'm not very good. The mouse and keyboard thing is brand new. I grew up on console. Bear with me. Let me suck in peace. Not in peace. I'd like for y'all to join, but let me suck in my own suckness. Look, I don't know nothing about this song. The one thing I do know is that Dana White and Jake Paul have an actual very interesting relationship because the controversy kind of feeds both of their industry. They seem to allow the poking and prodding. Let's see how far Jake Paul is willing to take it. If I know anything about Jake Paul, and to be honest, I don't really know much about him. I know of him. Like, I know what he is and who he is. But, like, I don't know what makes Jake Paul tick. He's a brilliant guy, and I think there'll come a time. I think that when you go through the lineage of the way us regular people have taken control of entertainment, you'll see a direct line from, like, the indie filmmakers like Kevin Smith and guys like that who are taking these, who just bought a camera and shot a movie. Like, that's what they did. And so that leads to Jackass and the skateboarding videos, right? Because the skateboarders see Clerks, they think they could do that. They get a camera, they shoot these things. There's a line. There's some, I don't know it. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I think that you could theoretically draw a line from the object of a camera becoming amateur from professional to what Jake Paul and Logan Paul have done. Remember, they literally basically bankrupted an entire social media platform because they were earning too much money. Vine suffered at the cost of the Paul brothers. Like, their popularity really put that thing to put it to its threshold. And look, I don't have any issues with it. Have they made stupid mistakes? Of course. They've been documenting their lives since they were like 15 years old. Of course there's going to be captured moments that are fucking regrettable as hell. It's just the way it is. Like, we live in an age where everything is captured on the camera, so of course they've got some terrible things. And if they made poor decisions, of course they were young kids with immense power and not understanding the responsibility. And I think they have done some things to try to quell that responsibility, i.e., talk about how they're not really role models and how they're just trying to be them and don't be like them. But I think they still, the grasping of how much power they have is something they've really never gotten fully. And I think that they could do some good things if they started to put their mind to more powerful moves. And I think, like, the linking up with Mr. Beast and doing things like that could help their brand, but they don't seem to care because they're so focused on doing what they're doing. So I do wonder, before we hit play on this, I wonder how far Jake Paul is willing to push the button. And I would assume, look, we know the things he's going to bring up. He's going to bring up being underpaid. He's probably going to bring up the drugs. Like, Dana White has a checklist of things that you could talk about. But I want to see how far Jake Paul is willing to push and prod. Because, you know, it's Vegas business. Like, that's the truth. And that always comes with a bit of, shall we say, debauchery. Google that word. That's, hey man. Let's see if Jake Paul's Dana White diss track sets it off. We're about to find out together, ladies. Oh. First, it would help if I unmute the song.
All gas like propane. Dana, once you lay off all that cocaine.
Drugs. Told you he was already coming in. Alright, let's read the disclaimer. Let's read what the disclaimer wrote. This one with the announcer voice. The events and subject matter portrayed in this song and video are fictitious and should not be taken as factual reporting. All public figures or celebrity depictions, likenesses, and voices are strictly intended to be impersonations and personality parody. This video and song are merely an opinion and artistic interpretation. Man, I botched that last word. I did really good until the last word. Damn it. Hey man, cold reads are hard. Try it one day. Try it. Put something up, record yourself, just reading it. See how well you do cold read. It's not easy. Anyways, he put this disclaimer up because he's probably about to say some really inflammatory things and he wants to make sure that people understand this is a joke. God damn it. I really got to get my keybinds changed on my goddamn mouse. That's becoming an issue. Every time it turns blue, leave a comment, tell me I'm an idiot. Change the key binds. Mouse binds. I'm not sure how with the code, what the word is on that one. Again, leave a comment below. Let me know. Is it mouse binds? Would it still be a key bind? I think it's a key bind. Anyways, the button bind. I have the button bind. It's button, you know. Games. Oh. God damn it. Gotta get the mouse better. Interpretations. I can read that word.
12K a fight. Now, you will be risking your life, but if you keep on winning, you could be rich like McGregor.
Oh.
So what about long-term health
Oh.
care?
Don't worry about that right now. Just sign on the dotted line.
Okay. Look, I'm not the biggest UFC guy of all time. I don't know UFC fighters. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's the actual woman, though, right? I think that's the actual lady who Dana White has had issues with, where he called her manly, and said that's the reason she couldn't fight in UFC, and then he hired her. I don't know the ins and outs of UFC. It's a complicated thing. It's not something I'm into. I don't really enjoy the sport.
Well, no one's gonna know who you are.
I mean, yeah. That's the thing about being a monopoly in an industry like the UFC is, where they literally control who is or isn't popular. They do have, unfortunately, that kind of power. And I'm not saying Dana White wields it, because God knows I do not know that man at all. But he could.
You greedy bald bitch. Look at your board. Raise pay-per-view prices and pay fighters less? Sweating like a pig. It's time to put an end to this shit, Dana. Now everybody from the UFC, put your...
Alright, so this is again what we're talking about. This man understands content. He makes content better than just about most people. And he does it from a really brilliant perspective. Now again, I don't know the man. Maybe he's got a team around him that all come up with the content. I don't know. I believe he does have a team, but I believe he's also a pretty smart guy. I think he knows what he's doing.
Put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Yeah. Now everybody from the UFC, let's go. Put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Let's go. Dana, yeah. Fuck Dana White.
Leave a comment. What's whiter, me or my shirt? I'm pale right now.
Dana, fuck Dana White. Fuck Dana, fuck Dana White. First of all, Masvidal, you ain't rich.
I mean, look, that's a fight. Damn you! Man, I'm just not having any good luck with my mouse today. It doesn't like me. I'm all off. Let's see. Let's go back to the Masvidal bar.
I'm gonna put an end to this shit, Dana. Now everybody from the UFC, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Yeah. Now everybody from the UFC, let's go. Put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Let's go. Dana, yeah. Fuck Dana White. Yeah. Fuck Dana. Fuck Dana White.
Beat Spire. I love the beat.
Fuck Dana White.
You can get your groove on.
Dana. Fuck Dana White. First of all, Masvidal, you ain't rich. 50 fights for $5 million, that ain't shit. Underpaid
50. Yeah.
fights. Where the healthcare rights? Got them risking all their lives and they can't quit.
And remember earlier, back it up. I'm not a fan of UFC. I don't really follow it that much. That's why. This is one of the main reasons why I'm not actually a big fan of the UFC. I don't quite understand how he's allowed to WWE them. And if you don't know that reference, understand that WWE treats all of its wrestlers as independent contractors. Therefore, they don't have to pay them or they don't have to handle their healthcare insurance. It's interesting, though, because, you know, I know the UFC pays their fighters medical bills when needed. But I do think there is a difference between paying your medical bills and having health care. And I'm not really a fan of the way Dana White does that. So, Jake Paul calling it out here? Win.
Big bags, that's the shit I came with. I like having money conversations. All that little Stockton shit is cool, but that list got me thinking, do you speak a different language? All the
Okay.
greatness speaking for itself, boy. All you fighters just a bunch of shelf toys. Dana, won't you let him off the leash? Let him.
All you fighters just a bunch of shelf toys. I mean, all right. Yeah, I mean, he's using some lingo from other things to kind of throw into the fighting thing. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who have a hard understanding of that bar being like shelf toys. But there is, in the collecting world, there is a identifier as such as a shelf toy. Something that you wouldn't play with. It would be something that was specifically for the shelf. And they're sold by collectors. Sometimes the collectible companies that sell collectibles, they will sell things that are specifically a toy, but not meant to be played with, i.e. a shelf toy, which is what he's saying is that you guys are supposed to be looked at but not played with.
Come and make some breach. Why you try to fuck the Nelk
What's
boys?
Brish? Huh? Doesn't he just say?
All you fighters just a bunch of shelf toys. Dana, won't you let him off the leash? Let him come and make some breach. Why?
Let him come and make some breach. Alright, that's a reach. He's reaching with that bar because I've never heard the word breach. Maybe in his circle that's a popular thing. Let him off the leash. Let him make some breach. I'm not a fan of using the let him twice. Like, you could have, yeah, you know.
Why you try to
Jake
fuck
Paul's
the
not a
Nelk
rapper though,
boys?
so what can we say?
Walked in on demon time. Dana, it's a lot I know you keep inside. You be
Jake, come on now. I'm respecting what you do, but you're not demon time. Come on now. Come on. Jake. Jake. Come on now. You're not demon time. You ain't on no demon time. Relax. I like the song. Relax just a little bit. Told you they're fake glasses. I don't need them.
be on my dick like you don't got a wife and kids. Go put your focus on them hookers that you try to hide. In a Maybach seats reclining.
Late Las Vegas
Knock out
life.
on
Told
the
you.
year and I'ma keep inclining. Draco fighter box, the shit I tried. And he pussied out cause they know how I'm coming, so they keep on hiding. Dana lacking infrastructure. That bald bitch should have stayed a kick.
Wait. Did we just get a shot at Are we sending shots? Tyson Fury's brother's scared. I like that he throws. Look, the man, I'm telling you, the man is a content genius. Tyson's brother scared. Tyson Fury, if you don't know, is the world heavyweight champion in boxing. He's the I can't think of the word now. He's basically the champion's champion, meaning that he's the lineal champion. All right. Not only is he the heavyweight holder of the belt, he's got two, I think, or has he got one? He might only have one. I think the other guy has three. And but he's the lineal champion, and he has a big prestige because he hasn't been beat, never been beat in the ring. And so the idea that he's this Tyson Fury's brother, who, if you don't know, he was supposed to have a fight with his brother, and that didn't work out. So instead of putting his name on here, he's shouting out the brother. Man, I told you, content king.
Dana lacking infrastructure. That bald bitch should have stayed a kickbox instructor. Since
Oh,
you be
weak
retired,
line.
you just cannot recover. You bankrupt. Fertitta's went and pulled you out the dumpster. Dummy. All gas.
All right, what's that line? Let's back it up a minute here. What was the line? Yeah. So far, he's had some decent bars. They're not rap level. I like that.
Should have stayed a kickbox instructor.
Okay, so if you don't know, the problem there was that he didn't get enough syllables in, and that's why it sounds weird. Now, sometimes that can be okay, but in this instance, when you're using, and again, I don't rap at all, but from listening to music long enough, I've kind of understood that I think, and I could be totally wrong, so if you're a real rapper, leave a comment below and let me know, but I think that this kind of misaligned syllables is okay if you land on a matching syllable. But here, you're lacking infrastructure. You should have stayed a kickbox instructor. He's missing a syllable. And I think it just makes the bar sound really weird. I think an old kickbox instructor added something just a little different. Again, I'm not a rapper. I don't rap. I'm terrible. I just know that my ears didn't appreciate the way that sounded. And my first thought was that the syllables were off. And then when I look at it a little closer, I can see the syllables don't quite match. And that makes my ears go, ew.
Since could be retired, you just cannot recover. You bankrupt. Fertitta's went and pulled you out the dumpster.
Again, true.
All gas like propane. Dana, won't you lay off all that cocaine?
I mean, it's been something that's been said for a long time.
I'm really on an island eating lo mein. Chillin'. McGregor, I ain't seen you.
I don't want to comment on whether or not Jake Paul does or doesn't take steroids, but I do understand why the thought is out there. And him saying he's eating lo mein makes no difference whatsoever. There's a lot of people out there taking steroids and eating cheese pizza with pepperoni and sauce. It's just, that's not really a proof. Yeah.
You win in 5 years. You rich little weirdo, ugly ass veneers. Took so many losses, wound it up at VMAs. Trying to fight with MGK, no surprise here.
Alright, see, this is a mistake again. Thinking that because he's using three letters that they're gonna rhyme, but the syllables are off. MGK, VMAs. It just the way that you have to say it doesn't sound. MGK, VMA. There's a way to make it sound better. He just chose to say it wrong.
Lamborghini boat, but your career sinking. Really got me wondering what D is thinking. I ain't even dissing, now I'm really speaking. Wound it up in jail too many times without a liquor drinking. Fuck Dana, fuck Dana White, fuck Dana, fuck Dana White. They done got the problem child rapping now. You about to witness Dana tapping out. Thought this shit was funny when we started, now it's quarterbacking money. I'm Mahomes the way I'm cashing out. They done got the
A bad reference because a lot of people say Mahomes did sign a bad deal. Don't get me wrong, he's getting $500 million, but he signed it before they signed the new bargaining agreement, or before they signed the new cable deal, and there should be a lot more money out there.
Problem child rapping
10
now.
years is a long time.
You about to witness Dana tapping out. Thought this shit was funny when we started, now it's quarterbacking money. I'm Mahomes the way I'm cashing out. Dana, pay your fighters more. Give them healthcare, you scumbag. I haven't met a single person who says anything good about you. I passed my drug test and you went silent. I'm keeping my foot on your neck until you tap, bitch. Stop raising your pay-per-view prices on the fans and now.
I'd like to take 1 second there just to interject on that. If you're on the internet at all and you're into fitness, you can check out Derek for moredates.com. Fucked his name up. Anyways, Derek from More Plates, More Dates. You can check out his YouTube channel, and he goes into how it's really easy to pass a steroid test while on steroids. So that's not really saying anything. Dana knows because his fighters do it constantly.
Paying fighters more. Greedy, old, lonely, bald bitch.
I mean, in the end, you're not wrong there, my guy. You're not wrong. I mean, look, for a guy who doesn't rap, say, Jake Paul, Dana White diss track, you did, in fact, set it off. I'm a fan. I liked it. It's not making the playlist. It doesn't make the rotation. Diss tracks rarely do because, just to be honest with you, I want content that relates to me. I'm selfish. I want my music to give me feelings, not feelings about someone else. So there. Selfish music opinion. Like it or not. Anyways, Jake Paul, Dana White diss track. Not bad. Some of the bars were a little weak, but it's to be expected from a YouTuber, not a rapper. The production quality is high because the man has money to spend. And if you got money to spend, the production will usually be there, regardless of talent. He has some really interesting points of reference to Dana White. Some of the things that he said, and he wasn't wrong. That's just a fact. He was not wrong. Jake Paul, Dana White diss. It did, in fact, set it off, but does not make the playlist. That's cool. Anyways, like the video if you want to. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment if you got something to say. No, I don't watch baseball. I just like the hat. Anyways, catch me live Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday on twitch.tv/Just That Serious, where sometimes I talk about sports, sometimes I talk about music, but I am always getting my ass kicked in video games. Gotta get better at them eventually, right? Right? I don't know. Anyways, I'm out.